Hello everyone, and welcome back to EVA Travel Talks, insights, tips and stories.
We had such an incredible response to our very first episode. So thank you to everyone who listened, shared, and even shared it with friends, sent us messages, and even submitted some questions.
Talking about one of our absolutely favorite destinations, and that is Mauritius. So today we'd like to welcome Ettienne. As you can see, our table is a little bit different than it was last week. Last week we had coffee mugs on our table. Today we're swapping out the coffee mugs for champagne glasses because when you think of Mauritius, you think of a celebration, fun times. And
Yes.
what better to go with fun times than a glass of bubbly.
Absolutely.
So Ettienne, will you please do us as being our first guest,
Yay.
Yeah, welcome, Ettienne.
welcome.
Thank you.
Will you do us the honor of popping that bottle of
I will do that for you.
Woo!
No problem. Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I am Ettienne from Beachcomber Tours. Beachcomber Tours has been the first tour operator in South Africa exclusively. We do have 8 hotels in Mauritius, and I just think our locations are really amazing because we were the first hotel group on the island. So we really are blessed with phenomenal locations. I've been with Beachcomber for about 24 and a half years
Wow.
now. So you really can ask me anything, or you should be able to ask me anything and I should answer you. Basically what makes us
Thank
all
you.
passionate, very passionate about the Beachcomber brand and also Mauritius as a destination is that it is such a happy and safe destination, especially for family travel. There's hardly ever, or there's never political instability or issues. The whole Mauritius, it's a melting pot of different cultures, a lot of different religions, but they all very much live in harmony. And you really feel it when you are there. Of course, it's more of a resort destination. You really need to make sure you are at a great resort. Some self-catering and Airbnbs and that, I don't think that goes down well in Mauritius because the food in the shops and that is all frozen stuff.
Okay.
So the best food and the best service and the best beaches you would get at a resort on the island.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. So, so our main topic today is obviously Mauritius and why Mauritius continues to capture hearts. So we're going to kick off with getting to know Mauritius. When people think of Mauritius, they immediately picture beautiful beaches, turquoise water, but there is so much more to Mauritius than just that. So my questions today are going to be directed at Linda and at Ettienne because they've both, well, obviously Etienne's been to Mauritius 1,005 times and
Yeah.
Linda's also been quite often to Mauritius. So what makes Mauritius different to other island destinations?
Okay, so just to touch on the Indian Ocean islands, I've been to Maldives a couple of times, I've been to Seychelles a couple of times. I do know the other destinations quite well, even though I haven't been there, like a Zanzibar or a Madagascar or that. So for the whole of Indian Ocean, Maldives and Mauritius have been doing tourism for the longest,
Okay.
for like 60 years plus. So you get the best hotels and the best food and the best service at those 2 destinations. I would say Maldives is pretty far. There's no direct flight from South Africa,
No.
so you have to fly to Dubai. So and especially with kids, it's like it's a long flying time, and
Yeah.
even for a couple. And I can tell you, even if it's only 2 or 3 hours behind South Africa, that jet lag is a real thing when you come back.
it does.
And,
Makes a huge difference.
And so, yeah, Seychelles, very rustic, very untouched. I find that more of a bucket list destination, and it is very expensive for what you get. Definitely not kiddies friendly. Zanzibar is very much African, so you could have a very nice posh resort and then locals washing their clothes like in the sea water next to you, and also like a lot of poverty and that. Mauritius has a bit of poverty, but I mean they've got a great it's still a lovely destination. They really look after the locals. They don't pay medical aid. They don't pay school fees.
Wow.
So that's pretty
That's
amazing.
awesome.
And they
Yes.
really also, I mean, for us to try and get a job in Mauritius is very difficult because they really want to
Look after each other.
the locals. So out of that, Mauritius, very safe, very happy. It's kind of like a stress-free holiday.
And it's
like-
only a 5-hour flight out of Cape Town.
Yes, and no visa needed.
No
of
visa,
course.
yeah.
And also, it's like, especially our resorts are very much well-oiled machines. Like Victoria or Chandrani, those are among the top, the most popular hotels for South Africans. Whether it is big groups of families going together, or grandmother or grandpa's 70th or 80th birthday, and they take the whole family with. Just a bunch of families with their children traveling together, that's also quite popular, or just a general family travel. Like I'd say about 70% of our business would be families.
Family,
I mean,
yeah.
when I was little, I wasn't traveling anywhere overseas, it was just the parents. But these days, I think some of the kids really decide where
Where they want to go. Yeah.
Otherwise, they're geared for kiddies, for teens. Beach weddings, we do groups and incentives if the whole company wants to go across. We do it all, and they're very well geared. And all I can say is the food is absolutely amazing, especially for if somebody has been there a couple of times. I would say if you get like 3 or 4 beautiful days out of an 8-day stay, you should be you should be satisfied because it is a tropical destination.
Yes.
Out of that, I've been to other countries like Philippines and Sri Lanka and Bali, and I can tell you, it can be raining literally non-stop for 5
Every
days.
day.
So you don't know what you're going to get. In Mauritius, just remember the West Coast is really the best coast. West is best. Get the best sunsets. Also great beaches. And basically 7 out of the 8 Beachcomber hotels are located on the West Coast.
On the West, okay.
Yeah.
So, why do you think so many people return to Mauritius year after year?
So we've always had a great repeat business following. Some of our hotels like a Beach, Paradis, now even Chandrani, Victoria, some months they've got about 50% repeat clients.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
It's kind of a no-brainer. Once you've been there and once you've been to a proper resort in Mauritius, you'll know how easy it is to travel. There's no stresses. You don't have to worry. Is your child gonna struggle to find a room or whatever? Like it's very, very easy. The staff are amazing. Basically, the kids will have the time of their lives, which means the adults will have the time of their lives.
I agree with that.
And I know a lot of the adults are really busy in South Africa, so it's also a nice time to spend some time with their kids.
Yes.
When they're at the resort, when they want to do something privately, like, I don't know, a scuba dive or a couples massage or something like that. There are kiddies clubs and teens clubs that will look after the kids. If it's below 3 years old, then they just have to book and pay for a babysitter. But we also have those available
facilities,
for let's say a romantic dinner, the one night or whatever. So it's very safe. You know what you're going to get. You're not going to get ripped off. It's close by, and generally, I think the safety thing is quite a very big factor.
And I think another great thing is that Beachcomber offers a discount for repeat.
That's it.
Yes.
Yes. So
that's also nice.
If you return within 18 months, you get an additional 5%, and that's combinable with any other special that we've got. So that, we've got so many repeats, and they've been requesting so many things. It's like, I've been going for 8 years now. Okay. Like, what extra can I get? So our head office just decided to just give them a 5%, and then
that's awesome.
It's really, and it's very nice. Our specials are always percentages. So we used to have back in the day like a pay for 5 night, stay for 7,
remember those days.
or a pay for 7, stay for 10. But then you're bound to that amount of nights, and you have to stay at one hotel. Now we've got a percentage discount, whether you go for 1 night or 3 nights or 7 nights or 12 nights. You get the percentage on the whole stay. You can even split your stay up if you want to experience 2 hotels, 4 nights, whatever. It's totally up to you. So yes, a lot of repeat guests, and also, just to give you an idea, our complaints have been for more than 10 years now, less than 1%.
Oh, wow.
So generally our clients come back extremely happy. And it's also, it's also good for you guys as the travel agent to have the confidence.
I mean, I sell the Beachcomber resorts with big confidence because I don't get any complaints ever. And once they've tasted Beachcomber, they're just like, no, we'll go back there.
Yeah.
You want to try something else? No, we'll go to Beachcomber.
And then sometimes the travel agent will be like, okay, my family has been to Victoria 3 times now.
Yeah.
Now let's go try something else. And they go to Chandrani and they're like, it is really nice, beautiful beaches, amazing cuisine. But next year they'll go back to Victoria because the kiddies club staff will remember the kiddies' names and whatever.
It's absolutely amazing.
I mean, relationships.
That's what people say. It's,
So generally there is a Beachcomber hotel for every kind of person's needs.
Yes. And I mean, you've also got the adults only.
Yes, at Victoria
you've got the
and
adults
Chandrani
only.
now.
Yes.
You've got the adults only.
The adults only. So
that's also a big hit.
And Dina Robin, we've got our adults
Oh yes,
only
of
present.
course.
Yeah. So other than that, we don't have a full adults only hotel.
Yes.
Because
but you've got but there are restaurants that are also the adults 100%. Only. So if you're going on honeymoon or whatever, there is
you don't have
to worry about having 20 kids running around you because somebody's there with their family.
And there are there are also some hotels that are just like a Mauritius, for instance, which is in Grand Bay. It's more for young at heart and young adults.
Okay.
So you won't find that many children, maybe over December, New Year's, like Christmas time. You might find more, but not close to the amount of kids you'll have at Victoria, for instance. So there are enough options for the couples.
Okay, so next, what surprises first-time visitors the most? What have you experienced something? What do people say to you? What has captured their hearts when they've gone there?
I just think that look, it depends. If you say 20 years ago, and then it would be like quite rustic and just a hell of a lot of sugarcane. And these days there's quite a big kind of international hub. So a lot of it's kind of a tax haven for companies. So there's quite there's a lot of head offices of airlines and of other global companies that actually settled in Mauritius.
Oh, that's interesting.
So there's a lot of job opportunities as well for the locals that comes with that. Otherwise, the main industry would be hotels, fisheries, and basically villa development. So there's a lot of like professional soccer players that owns like a villa in Mauritius. But those would generally be, there's not much or any space around the coastline anymore. So that's all up on the mountains or with a very nice view. But the beachfront properties, they've been taken. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. So if someone has never been to Mauritius before, where should they start?
By phoning us.
They
should phone us.
It depends on their budget.
Yes.
But if you were to look at Beachcomber, I would say Mauritius or Canania. It is our entry level 4 stars, but just remember there's no official star rating in Mauritius, so you'll find there's a lot of like dodgy hotels which they might sell as a 4 or a 5 star. So just go for at the end of the day you will get what you pay for. So if something is ridiculously cheap, you should also always ask why. But generally Mauritius, Canania, they both Beachcomber entry level 4 stars. Mauritius is literally in the heart of Grand Bay. And it is so nice to just be able to walk across the road. There's a lot of little shops and boutiques and the market, and you can do some local street food tasting if you want. There's a lot of pubs and nightclubs if you're really interested in that. But having said that, a lot of times people go for Mauritius for that, especially if it's a bunch of couples together traveling. And then you will find a couple of them walking out to the Grand Bay 1 or 2 of the days. but it's still a lovely resort.
Yeah.
It still offers all the free motorized water sports and all the
Okay.
activities. There's like tennis courts, paddle, volleyball, gym, kayaks, the list goes on, stand-up paddle, windsurfing. So there's plenty of activities to do, and it's just nice to be in Grand Bay should you want to go and explore a little bit of the island.
Yeah. So that's a
No,
nice for first timer.
I must also say, if it also depends, because if the client gives you a budget,
Yes.
then immediately you know, okay, this is the resort that I will. But if they're like, we're actually not sure, we don't know what these things cost, whatever, my starting point is always Mauritius, always. And I always sell Mauritius the fact that it's in Grand Bay, so it's literally like not even a 5-minute walk, and you there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also agree with that.
Awesome. Okay, so what makes the Beachcomber resorts unique?
Okay, so uniqueness, the fact that we were the first hotel group on the island. So 1952 was the first Beachcomber hotel. And also we're very humble and we're very privileged and thankful for having amazing locations. And that's,
you do.
I mean, there are some other very nice hotels as well on the island. It's not just Beachcomber.
Yes.
But I can tell you the way Beachcomber is like a well-oiled machine on the island. It's not just a hotel group.
Yeah.
We do a hotel school. There's a
okay.
Beachcomber Sports Academy for all the tennis and gym coaches, all the skippers for all the water sports.
Okay.
And that's how we do train a lot and we do give a lot back. In the island, we also run the biggest charity organization, which is the Beautiful Local Hands, which is like previously kind of disadvantaged people, especially women, where we get them to craft all these beautiful ashtrays and peanut bowls and whatever from coconuts. All of those items get sold in the Beachcomber shops. We also opened some Beautiful Local Hand shops elsewhere in Mauritius, Flick and Flack. There's one close to Grand Bay for other visitors just to support them. And all the money goes back to
the community.
Yeah, to their homes and to them. Other than that, we partnered with a company called Foodwise, where we donate food packages. I mean, in 1 year, Parody donated close to 12,000 food parcels to nearby villages and schools.
Oh, wow.
They
That's
also
amazing.
do once a month, they do school outings where a certain classes, normally little kiddies, where they get to spend an afternoon at the hotel at the Beautiful Kiddies Club.
awesome.
And they give them food and
that's
fruit
very
skewers and things
special.
like that. Beachcomber, as a Mauritian company, we've got about 3,500 artisans. So that we also import food and beverages. We do a lot on sustainability and coral farming, and it's
So there's
like
a lot
I said,
of
not just the hotel group.
I was going to
we're
say
supporting.
it's there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that
Yeah.
we don't know that
No.
goes on. I mean that's
Yeah.
amazing for us
It's
to
very
hear all of
special
that
though.
stuff.
Yeah.
You're
And
not just
sustainability
buying
is
into
also-
a name. You're
Yes.
buying into whatever you are.
in something good, and
Into something
so
what
which
you
means
do,
you're also
yes.
supporting that and helping to give back.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, we were blessed to get the most beautiful locations. It is an authentic Mauritian hotel group. So yes, there are, like I said, there are other nice hotels as well, but generally, and I've seen most other hotels on the island, generally the first thing that I lack is like the amount of palm trees on the beach, because Beachcomber, back in the day, it's like in the 70s and 80s, when there was a honeymoon couple, they used to do a ritual.
Okay.
And they will plant a little palm tree, and so
sweet.
the couple will come back maybe after 10 years, their wedding anniversary, and they'll come see
Their palm
not
tree.
for the palm tree, but I mean
Yeah.
it's quite
Yeah.
cool for them to see,
To
check how
see.
big our
Oh,
tree is.
That's
and-
amazing.
and so I can tell you, if you're like on a boat in the ocean and you
Yes.
go past the hotel, you'll see which is a Beachcomber hotel. When you almost can't see the hotel, then
For the palm trees.
and on the west coast, then it's a Beachcomber hotel. So very lush, very
precious.
lush gardens, and we've got kind of our own style, our own decorators, and that, and it's nothing over the top like chandeliers and like gold and marble and something that can be in New York, for
Yes.
instance.
Yeah.
So it's very much, it's down to earth, thatched roof, very pretty on the eye, the smells, the tastes on the
Those
on the eye.
smells are always my thing. What is it? It's the orchard flavor, isn't it?
The Royal Orchid.
The Royal Orchid. Yeah, that one.
That's the one.
Flippin' love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the thing is, there's no compromise really when it comes to the cuisine, the bread. It's unbelievable. The pastries,
That would get
the
me.
cocktails. It's not stuff that's
Yeah.
out of a box or whatever.
We were actually just saying that it tastes better to drink a cocktail. A cocktail tastes better on a Beachcomber resort beach.
Yeah, than on a Cape Town
than on
beach.
a Cape Town beach.
No, 100%. It'll
Yeah.
at least be a lot warmer.
Yeah.
And then obviously, we've spoken briefly about how you help the guests choose their right resort. Did we just speak about
Yeah.
that now?
Yeah, you know what? I'll just do a little summary for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really depends on your client's needs.
Yes.
So yes, we've got 4 stars, of which 2 are 4.5 star, and then
Okay.
we've got 4 5 stars. So that's Tro Beach Paradis. Dina Robin is more like a 4-star, a 5-star superior, and then
Okay.
Royal Palm is our flagship.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
that was amazing.
Member of the leading hotel of the
Yeah.
world. So we just don't have those 3 and 3.5 stars.
Okay.
But that's also not our market. And the thing is, yes, we obviously grant the favor for any hotel to make a living and to offer something cute and unique and whatever. But the thing is, if you're going to go to like a 3 or 3.5 star, still going to be maybe 140,000 Rand for a family of 4. Maybe Beachcomber is like 20 or to 30,000 Rand more. But
Yes.
you're already spending 140. So you might risk wasting 140 grand.
I agree.
Instead of spending like,
Yeah.
just save a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, you will make memories for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with that.
Okay, so which resort would you recommend for, and we're just going to go through our list here, for honeymooners?
Honeymooners, if the couple, if they're like young at heart and they want to go and jewel in Grand Bay, I would
Yeah.
say Mauritius
Okay.
would be lovely for that. If it's a quieter couple, if you want a really beautiful property, a lot of water features, a lot of lush gardens, I would say Cannoneer.
Okay.
With Victoria being one of the best family resorts in Mauritius, you've got the Victoria for 2,
Yes.
the adults only
Yeah.
section. Plus, even for couples, even for honeymoon couples, the normal Victoria is also fine. You can always request a room that's further away from the main pool
Okay.
area,
Yeah.
where you'll probably won't find any kids in that on the beach, because
Yes.
it's a very big resort and there's
Okay.
like a whole kilometer of beach. So that is lovely. And then the 5 stars, definitely the 5 stars, if you can afford it. I mean, our honeymoon discount is great. It's 30% off.
Okay.
Also, if it's not people that drink a lot of booze or wine or whatever, you can go on the half board. We do include lunches
the
daily,
honeymoon
free
couples.
of charge for honeymoon couples.
Okay.
And they
Interesting.
get a gift which is worth up until 5.5 grand, which is either a photo shoot or a sunset speedboat cruise with bubbles and canapes, ranging from a couples massage by Le Monde, Paradis Dina Robin. You can go horseback riding in the ocean.
Okay.
So there's like 5 items to choose from per hotel, and that is the gift from the hotel.
That's awesome.
Okay, so it depends on the budget,
Yes.
and it depends on the type of client, and you guys are obviously
Yeah.
there to consult
Yes.
accordingly.
Yeah. So which resort would you recommend for adventure seekers?
For adventurers, I would say Chandrani, which is close to the airport. It's literally only 7 minutes away.
Okay.
However, we've got the Blue Bay Marine Park right there, so you can snorkel literally from the beaches of Chandrani.
So nice.
There's also a lot of nature areas, like you can go mountain biking. They do a sports and nature program,
Okay.
which doesn't cost a lot of money. It's like 200 and something Rand per
Yeah.
person. It's guided mountain bike or canoe trips. Also, we do a trail run once a year that's organized by our head office, and Chandrani is the hotel that actually hosts it.
That's interesting.
So there's a lot of beautiful natural cliffs and beaches, and it's
Yeah.
very rugged. There's not much else in the area of Chandrani, I would say. Otherwise, if they love hiking, then obviously the Le Monde Mountain.
Yeah.
So from Paradis Dina Robin, you
Yeah.
can literally go from the resort and hike if that's your thing. Other than that, when it comes to excursions, obviously from any hotel, we've got our ground handler Matuako that can book any type of excursion, whether you want to do a more cultural experience, or for me, I'm an ocean baby, so I just want to
The beach.
if I can do a catamaran cruise or even a little pedal boat or anything on the water, and I'm happy. But there are loads of even the different areas in Mauritius. If you were to do a catamaran cruise from Chandrani, they go all up the east coast, all the way to Ilo Surf, and they go past the waterfall and all of that. So that east coast is also quite rustic and rugged, and you just see all these tropical mountains with a lot of greenery and a lot of lushness. From Grand Bay, there are the islands in the north. That is also a full day or a half a day catamaran cruise. You go to Coin-de-Mere Island, and they probably have the best snorkeling in Mauritius, but it's quite far out for a quick speedboat trip. Otherwise, they go and anchor at Ilo Gabriel, which is one of the islands at the top. They barbecue there, you can snorkel there, so so that's also nice. And from Paradis Dina Robin, which is southwest, basically from Black River, you can do the dolphin cruise, as they call it. So there's always many dolphin pods that live in the Tamarin area. So the big cat won't stop. Obviously, for you to swim with the dolphins, a lot of companies do it. We don't support it because they just all try and box the dolphins in, and then all these tourists just jump in the water, and sometimes they jump literally on the dolphins. So they're still wild animals, and we do respect them. So we don't support those excursions, but it is really nice just to cruise lightly with the wind, and the dolphins are so playful. They'll basically come and check you out as well.
Awesome.
And then last one for golfers. What's the best?
Sure. So there are many golf courses all around the island. With Beachcomber, our most affordable golf resort would be Canonier, which is affiliated with Montchoisy. Montchoisy is the only golf course right outside Grand Bay. Is a links course, and Canonier and Trobiche are the two Beachcomber hotels affiliated with Montchoisy. Canonier is like I would say 1.5 kilometers away, and Trobiche only 1 kilometer away. Okay, so those are for the hotels in the north. From Victoria or Royal Palm, you can still go or Mauritius, can still go and book a round of golf. But the best rates would be from Canonier and from Trobiche. Otherwise, we've got Paradis and Dina Robin and by the Le Monde. Can I tell you, Paradis golf course, the clubhouse is literally right outside the actual hotel's reception. So you literally walk from your breakfast buffet throughout the reception, and you're right there on the first tee box where you can tee off. And I would say Paradis, it comes at a price tag. It's not cheap, but it is, for me, it's the most expensive real estate in Mauritius, that Le Monde Peninsula, and we really have got the best side of it with the big Le Monde UNESCO mountain on the other side that shelters the golf course quite nicely. Paradis Dina Robin right next door to each other. They're fully interchangeable. The golf course, the 18 holes run right through. It's not very slanty or steep. It's really nice and flat, and you've got a lot of beautiful ocean views from the golf course, but you're not surrounded by water like other golf courses in Mauritius, and also most other golf courses in Mauritius could be like Sun City, like it's proper, fully inland, no ocean view, no view really. But there are nice golf courses. But the fact is, you want to see a lot of palm trees and these sandy pathways, the big Le Monde mountain as a backdrop. That's stunning. Really as good as it gets.
Okay, so what activities should people not miss out on? So what
definitely a catamaran cruise. I love those cruises.
That is amazing.
I see here something about rum tasting. I'm just saying, I'm going that area too. The catamaran cruises.
It's fun, and they have these little like barbecues. So when they get to the island, they have these little like barbecues that they put on, and they do like a whole chicken and fish and whatever, and the music is playing, and no, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Such a nice day trip.
That is probably one of my favorite excursions.
Okay.
There's a couple of rummeries or rum distilleries or so, but the Le Rummery is the main one, and they do make the best rum on the island. I think it's triple distilled. That is actually close to the waterfalls and Chamarel waterfall, and that's just outside of Paradise, so up the mountain, not Le Bon Mountain, the actual inland mountain. And that's also where the seven colored earth
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So there one can do all
a
of
combination.
that in one go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's the botanical gardens.
Yes.
I can say that out of my 40 times in Mauritius, I haven't seen the botanical gardens. That's literally probably the only thing that I haven't seen. But there's also
Next
there's
time.
like a
I've
crocodile.
been to the botanical gardens,
Okay.
and my opinion is that Kirstenbosch is much nicer.
Okay.
I wouldn't really waste my money to go there.
Yeah.
The only thing that's actually quite nice is the big, what are they called?
The lilies, the giant lilies.
like the giant, but that's about it. So don't worry about going there.
I think
fine.
Linda's been, don't worry, Ettienne. It's all good.
I think that's, you might waste your time with that one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Port Louis is pretty cool to see if you haven't been to Mauritius for the first time. I find if somebody's been to Mauritius once, they'll skip Port Louis.
Okay.
I mean, it's a city, the hotels are really the pretty side of the island. Grand Bay, I would say, and Flick and Flack is probably the prettiest towns.
Okay.
Where it's a little bit more upmarket and that, but also a mix of that and the local experiences.
Yes.
But there is quite a vast difference, not as India, but between the local housing,
Yes.
entry-level local housing,
Yes.
and the hotels. So the hotels are looking really great, and then it looks like a little bit funny when you drive through the streets.
Yeah.
Depends on which area you are at. But generally also the Beachcomber hotels are in very sought after areas. So if there were to be a house or next door, it'll normally be a privately owned villa, and it'll be very nice, and there'll hardly ever be people there.
Okay.
I remember my very first time in Mauritius, and we drove from the airport, and I was like sitting there, and I'm like, where the hell am I? I was like, why haven't any of my clients ever complained about this? Because I was just like, this is not how I pictured it outside of the resorts. But then you get to your resort, and then it's just like the lost city. So, but that's how I experienced my first drive through the streets there.
Look, also in the last couple of years, they've upgraded the roads tremendously. So you still depends on where you go. If you're in the north coast or the east, and definitely the south, there's like these very windy coastal roads, which is kind of the old authentic Mauritius for me. But also to get from the airport to the northwest, at least there's a highway now that takes you straight through. You don't have to go into Port Louis, you kind of bypass Port Louis. So that also helps, and just a bit more comfortable and not such a windy road. Especially going back to the airport.
Okay, what are some hidden gems tourists often overlook?
Sure, I think it depends. If it's a first timer, then a lot of them would spend more time outside of the hotel, and I think the more time, if you go back more often, then you will probably spend more time at the hotel. Because it's really, you pay a lot for it, and I can tell you, like for instance, the Paradis, Dino Robin Peninsula, I mean, those two hotels are fully interchangeable. Like, I literally wouldn't leave that whole peninsula if I'm there. Other than that, our 4 stars are fully interchangeable. So Morisset, Canania, Victoria and Chandrani, which is at the airport, you can go there for the day. If you're an all-inclusive, you can have some cocktails, you can have your lunch. It's not going to cost you a penny.
That's a big selling point. I find that quite a big selling point with clients, is that they now feel that they are not stuck to their resorts type of thing. You know, they can actually go to some of the other resorts and not pay anything. So that's definitely.
Yeah, but just to touch on hidden gems, sure. I would say don't bother with Port Louis. unless you really want to go and see a couple of different temples, like there's a Chinese temple and a Catholic church and a couple of other, lot of Hindu temples, if that's your thing. But I won't call that a hidden gem.
Okay.
There is close to Chandrani, about 7 kilometers south, there's a natural bridge. So basically, millions of years or whatever of erosion carved out this very big rock bridge. It's almost like a Hilux can almost drive over it. So it's this very big and it's really pretty, and definitely not a lot of people know about that. In fact, it's so hidden that when I went back for the second time, I couldn't find it. But you just go on a guided bicycle tour and they'll take you there. Other than that, yeah, I think it's not like new news, but the Rummery and the Seven Colored Earths and the waterfall, it's pretty epic and it's pretty spectacular to see. Definitely the Le Mans mountain.
It's beautiful.
If hiking is your thing, it's not strenuous. If you can do Lions Head in Cape Town, you can do Le Mans. I think 80% of Le Mans you can literally drive out with a Hilux.
Oh wow.
And then the last little bit is a little bit
Do you
of
drive
climbing.
a Hilux? I'm just saying.
No, but I know we're in Paarl.
I'm just saying
I know we're in
Four
Paarl,
Rangers.
and I
Four
know the
Rangers
guys
also
around
up
here.
there.
I don't know, people from Simonium, I know there's only Hilux.
Okay, what is your favorite local Mauritian food that everyone should try?
Okay, so there is at most of the markets or next to the streets, it's called a dal puri. So it's DAHLPOURI. It looks like a little pancake, and it is vegetarian. And they're quite quick with the hand. It costs something like 12 rupees, so it's like 5 rand. So that's what a lot of locals, just to have a little in-between snacky, or for them sometimes it's lunch, because a lot of the Mauritians don't eat a lot like we do. But sometimes it's a bicycle or a little moped, and they've got this Perspex box at the back, and then a stack of these little floury pancakes and 3 or 4 sauces, which are all these curry sauces, like a green, a red, and a brown. And they literally just take a spoon of each, wrap it up. If you want it spicy or not, they'll put some extra chili on. They'll fold it in a little sachet, and that for me is probably the most original that you get. And it kind of looks dodgy, but I can tell you it's really not.
Can you imagine?
It's really not bad. Otherwise, like some areas on the beach, they will sell you the pineapples. Mauritius has got their own little, it's not the Victoria pineapple, it's that little ones, but I can tell you it is so sweet. And how pretty they carve it out. So they cut all the stuff away, they keep the little stem for you to hold. It's almost like an ice lolly, and it's quite pretty. Those are quite cute. But otherwise, for me, the fresh fish in Mauritius, it is, and I never used to be a fish lover. Of course, I still like my meat, but I can tell you the fish in Mauritius is just next level. And also on that note, at our buffets, they always do, it's not just there's a bowl of lasagna and people go dig in. They've got a pasta stand, they make your pasta for you and you choose what you want in it. They will fry the fish for you, you can say how you want it done, whether you want lemon butter with it or not. So it's a lot of interaction and a lot of live cooking, which is very nice. So
that's awesome. And it's awesome that they can still, even though you're staying at a resort, you're still cooking the Mauritian way. So you still have the flavors of Mauritius.
100%.
It's not commercialized, that you've got your lasagnas and those pastas and whatever.
No, it's very authentic. And also the chefs, 2 years ago, I was like, there's like poke bowls now at Cannoneer at the Navigator restaurant. So they also can't keep up with the trends, but they also make it their way. So there'll always be a little twist to it. Something that is my absolute favorite is smoked marlin. So they have that at the buffets, especially for breakfast, which is for me a Mauritian delicacy. So it looks like, it's like, not like smoked chicken, it's a little bit more grey in the middle, but they cut it really, really thin. And I can tell you won't even touch smoked salmon afterwards, it is the best thing, man.
Are you
since
taking
last week.
note, Linda?
I'm taking notes, mental
So if
notes.
you get smoked marlin, just dig in. You won't be sorry. Yeah, and it's not fishy. Like, you know,
Okay.
some
Yeah.
people don't like fishy fish,
Yeah.
so it's not fishy.
Yeah.
It's just lovely.
And then
Creamy.
the best time of the year to visit, and how long should people stay?
So January and Feb are the hottest months.
Okay.
So if you live in Paarl,
Yeah, let's do hot.
it's maybe rather. Personally, I love May.
Okay.
Just because it's all end of April, May, because it's not that busy and it's really nice. So
Okay.
where we're already getting some cold weather in South Africa,
Yeah.
May is really lekker. The weather is fantastic. You'll still get a very nice tan. July, August, the water is probably the coldest for me in Mauritius,
Okay.
but it's still, the sun is still sunny and like
Yeah,
hot.
because we've got a
So
lot
you
of
can
people that
still-
go
Yeah.
during the June,
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
school holidays. There's a
Come
lot
back
of
with the
people that
tan
go. They
stuff.
come back with the
Yeah.
tan. Yeah.
Just there, I can say some of the swimming pools might not be that warm
Okay.
during those months, but generally, if you don't have kids or if you don't travel with the kids, then
Yes,
I would
school
go
holidays.
end of April or May. June, July is really the most affordable over school holidays. March, September school holidays are obviously a little bit more
More
expensive.
expensive, yeah.
But it's generally sunny. I would just avoid the East Coast from May to September because
Yeah.
those
Okay.
trade winds, that is basically the whole East Coast or the South Coast, those trade winds, it's literally going to be windy.
Yeah, the whole time.
And
yeah.
also you'll see when you do some research and look at the resort layouts on the East Coast, there's always like a bar building and then you've got the beach on that side and then the pool is on the other side. So the bar
Okay.
or the restaurants actually shelters the pool
yes.
from the wind, and they've got all kinds of funny windbreakers and plastic sheets, kind of like, that's, you'll also see on the photos, the palm trees all like, and to the one side. Anyhow, just avoid, just be careful which side you book your resort at.
And then, Linda, how long do you tell the people to stay? How long do you?
Well, it definitely depends on their budget, but I would say at least 7 nights. At least. That's my opinion.
Yeah, with the direct flight from Cape
Yes.
Town, it works out to
So,
a 6-night stay. But
With the Mauritius flight, it's a
Yes.
6 nights, but with the SAA flight now, you can do 7 nights.
that's it. So I would
So-
say 7.
Yeah.
7
7
is
is,
the average.
definitely my, yeah.
If you can afford 10 days, is
Yeah.
lovely.
It's the
I mean, the
best, yeah.
Europeans, Germans and French and sometimes the English, they go for 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Because for them it's kind of a long haul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where for South Africans, I mean, we advertise 5-night packages, but that's really just an advertising price. Like generally, people would go for a week or 9
Yeah.
nights or so if you can afford
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you need some 1 or 2 days to wind down.
Yeah.
And then after 3-4 days, you don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah.
And
Then you're on
Yeah.
island time.
Yeah, then you-
and then
Yeah.
you need to, I mean, it's time is precious and holidays are really
Yeah.
precious. So it's nice that you have ample time to
Yeah.
switch off at least on your break.
Okay, and here's a question for both Linda and Ettienne. What is your favorite personal Mauritius memory?
I'll go.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, so mine was actually this year in May.
Okay.
And I was at Paradis, and the barman, Michael is his name, I've known him for many, many years. And so he said, no, I must come to this little island that do barbecues there. So I've seen it how many years, like when you Hobiecat or ski past this
Okay.
Ile Benetier. It's called the Benetier Island, which is just off the reef from Paradis. And you always see like the gazebos there
Yes.
and whatever. And so for a Sunday, it was a Sunday lunch. And it was the most amazing thing. First, they go and dive out sea urchins. And I've tried it once in my life before. I will try things, maybe not China, those type of things, but if it's like seafood, whatever, I'll give it a go if it's something new. Anyhow, they go and snorkel out the sea urchins. They've got those tropical, it looks like the Mozambique crayfish.
Okay,
That's
wow.
they've got the crayfish. They clean it right there. There was fish, there was chicken, there was some butternut bake that Michael's wife made. It was
wow.
really to die for. They've got the music playing. not like loud in your face, it's like nice, chilled island music. And yeah, you get your little welcome cocktail. We had our own little 2-seater. And you
nice.
and it was the most picture perfect day, not a breath of wind. And yeah, I was even standing there. I wanted to help them bribe, but they're like, no, you're on holiday, you go sit. And no, that was just phenomenal.
Wow.
Just that experience. And like I said, I really underestimated that.
Okay.
I always thought like, no, sit on like plastic furniture and whatever. It was amazing.
Oh, that's
I would do
awesome.
that again.
So Ettienne, you actually just touched on this, the local secret, because we were going to ask you, if I gave you 1 day free in your destination with no meetings, no work, no tourists following you, where would you go? What would you eat? And what would you do? And I think you've just said
Definitely.
all of that.
I would say, look, I've been to some restaurants around the island,
Okay.
and I can tell you the food at our hotels are just so much
Next
better.
level.
Except for that beach barbecue that I've had, that was right up there. But I think, it's a Beachcomber guy, so I think he's got some connections.
Yeah.
But other than that, food-wise, I would just stick to the resorts.
Okay.
But excursion-wise, catamaran definitely. Also it depends. Like there's a lot of private companies that do these catamaran cruises. So I mean, if the chicken's going to be off, you're going to have an awful rest of your holiday, and don't come and blame my hotel. So just be careful with that. But my typical day would I normally can't sit still. I would I always have my own snorkeling gear, so I'll go snorkel. I also love fishing.
Okay.
So I'll just sometimes take a pedal boat and just like pull a lure behind me and catch and release, of course. But there's so much to do. There's table tennis. If you want to treat yourself, go for a spa treatment. But my typical holiday day at a Beachcomber hotel would be have my late little breakfast and then hit the beach. From the beach into the ocean, to the beach, to the room, go shower again, go maybe drink a cocktail or a glass of wine with your lunch. I'm not somebody that sleeps all the time. No. But I will be on the beach and then on the water doing water sports, and then definitely have a cocktail or two when it's sunset time. Get ready for dinner.
Sounds great.
Those are the best. And then not have. Sometimes I don't always eat lunch.
Okay.
So I mean, you can have a really nice big breakfast, maybe have some snacks in the room or whatever. Buy one of those pineapples or something like that. There's also at Paradis, there's guys that make salads, palm heart and avo and whatever salads. That's like, I don't know, $150 for a little fresh salad. I'll do that, and then go have an early dinner that you can still make the evening entertainment.
Yeah, that's also nice.
Because it's like a dance show or whatever every night. So that's pretty like
Cool.
Dinner and a show.
Dinner and a show. Okay, so I would say our tip of the week would be to book Mauritius earlier than you think, Linda.
Yes, definitely.
Flights fill quickly.
Yeah, the flights fill quickly, and especially if you want to travel in the South African
Peak
school
season.
Holidays, because it is such a popular destination for South African families. So definitely that, and then also over Christmas and New Year's.
And I mean, obviously it's because why we say book early is because the availability.
The availability
Just remember, it's not only South Africans that are traveling to Mauritius.
It's the biggest problem is the availability.
Yes.
And also, I mean, with Beachcomber, you get that early booking discount, which is great. So book it, pay your deposit. And the other nice thing is that with Beachcomber, we get quoted in South African rands.
Yes.
So that's also a big plus, is you get quoted in South African rands, you pay your deposit and you pay your balance when the time comes, and and that's it.
Okay, so obviously we've spoken early booking offers.
Yes.
And also better flight options. So like you say now, obviously with the Air Mauritius, there is an Air Mauritius flight that leaves directly from Cape Town, but the SAA flight is new.
SAA one is new.
And now it leaves earlier in the morning.
Yes.
That one leaves at 9:15 in the morning.
the SAA flight leaves at 9:15 in the morning, so
you get there in the afternoon.
Yes, and then the Air Mauritius flight is an overnight flight. So that flight departs from Cape Town, I think, 11:30 or something.
Very late at night.
Yeah, so it's very late at night, so you only get there like the next morning, obviously. And so yeah, with Air Mauritius you will get 6 nights, and with South African Airways you can do the 7 nights. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So planning early doesn't just save money, it also gives you more choices.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is so true.
Because generally how can I say, a South African would normally, if you want to spoil yourself, you would rather go for a better resort.
Yeah.
Or maybe a 5-star hotel if it's something really special you're celebrating, than going for the best room at a 4-star hotel.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
South Africans generally go for entry-level rooms, not all, but a lot of them. And so the longer you're going to wait, you're not going to get that entry-level rooms available necessarily.
That's
so that's what's important to book as early as possible. And like you said, the European offices, they're also supporting quite nicely. So it's not just South Africa.
No, it's not just South Africa. No.
Okay, so we're moving on to one of our topics that we said that we would be discussing every week. And I mean, Ettienne also knew Sam very well. So it's called Sam's Destination Spotlight. And I mean, like we said, every episode will end with a destination that reminds us of Sam. And I mean,
absolutely no other destination than Mauritius. I mean, I
when
think
you think Sam, you think Mauritius.
No, absolutely, that's 100%
She
sure.
could sell Mauritius in her sleep.
Yeah, she's like you. She knew the staff at the resorts, and they know her. They knew her so well, and the family, and the kids, and everything.
Exactly.
So.
And I think the nice thing about is when she used to talk about Mauritius,
her
whole face would light up.
You could just see the passion in her face, you know, you could just see it, and then And she, one thing that I definitely also remember is that she would get very excited about putting your family at the right resort. You know, that was like, no, you have to go to this resort. This is perfect for your family. So I definitely, Mauritius
and she loved Beachcomber. Her favorite was Victoria.
Victoria was that's her resort.
Her favorite. And she always used to say, whenever she used to give her clients any advice, so if we can give you advice from Sam, it would be split stay, Chandrani and Victoria.
Absolutely.
She said, because when you arrive, Chandrani's right there near the airport. You go and you can start your holiday straight away. You're not driving far to get to your resort.
Yes.
And then you take your time, you stay there for 1 or 2 nights, and then you take your time to go to Victoria, and then you're there for the majority. So she always said 10 nights.
Yeah.
Sam said you can't go to Mauritius less than 10 nights, obviously with budgets, if your budget can afford it. She always said 10 nights and split stay. Chandrani on the way there, Chandrani on the way back. Because then you're not rushing. You're relaxed to get to the airport, to get from the airport to get to the airport. You're very relaxed then.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Shame.
Okay, so is Mauritius, we did speak about that earlier, Mauritius is visa-free for South Africans. We don't have to worry about getting visas.
No.
And then a very important one that people always ask, do I need to get a vaccination to go to Mauritius?
No, you don't, but...
You don't, but
there
there's
is
a
now
new thing.
the new thing that Ettienne can correct me if I'm wrong. If you've traveled to DRC, Congo, Sudan, and I think Uganda, those 3 countries, in the last 21 days before you go to Mauritius, you will not be allowed entry into Mauritius due to Ebola. So,
still there,
So, I mean, that is something to consider, especially with businessmen that travel to DRC and
Or people that work abroad and then need to, for SARS reasons, come back or whatever, leave the country,
that's
those
true.
type of travel.
Yeah.
And then can I drink the tap water in Mauritius?
So I do.
Okay.
Oh, you do? I would never do that. Never.
Look, it's not, how can I say, the hotels would obviously want you to buy the bottled water.
Yes.
So it'll, sometimes they will promote you not to drink the water out of the tap. But I do, because they were just saying, no, but we do as locals. And I've been there so many times.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I'll
I'm also
give it a
local.
shot. No, I'll drink it out of the tap. No problem.
Okay.
But then also, again, if you're going to eat all the food at the buffet, and I mean, there's no compromise, there's a lot of butter, a lot of cream that they use, obviously, to make the best dishes. So people eat like heel de mekaar, and then it's, you know, starters, main course, dessert 3 times a day.
Yes, what you're not
And then it's
normally
pina
eating.
coladas, and then it's
Yes.
whiskey, then it's wine, and then...
You might as well just drink the water.
and then
as
you
well.
can't blame the water then.
No.
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
blame the water.
Yeah.
And then obviously Mauritius, obviously the Beachcomber resorts have got the half board, your full board, and your all-inclusive. Do you want to just explain the difference between those? Because I think people think full board is the same as all-inclusive.
Yeah, so we don't have a term full board actually
Okay,
at Beachcomber. So we've got half board and all-inclusive.
All-inclusive, okay.
What is really unique, really, at our restaurants is at all of our hotels, all the restaurants are included, even for half board clients.
Okay.
So that's one thing actually. If it's a lot of other, especially other 5 stars in Mauritius, they boast 5 restaurants, but maybe only 1 or 2 would be included for your half board.
That's true.
Even the all-inclusive. Look, there's some fancy stuff out there like Japanese teppanyaki and whatever restaurants, but you're going to have to pay for it. So at Beachcomber, our all-inclusive packages are generally, it's a drinks package.
Yes.
Even if you're on half board, we don't discriminate. So all the water sports, all of those activities, facilities, entertainment, everything is going to be included. All inclusive is basically drinks and lunch. Okay. And other than that, you might get a supplement to pay in, whether it's like a specialty meal, like maybe lobster or something. Maybe an all-inclusive client would pay a little bit less, but they'll still have to pay in. But like I say, all of our restaurants are all included for half board and for all-inclusive clients. So that is really unique, and that's really good. There might be 1 or 2 dishes on the menu that would be included for a all-inclusive client, not a half board client, but there would be ample of choices for half board clients. Try all the restaurants.
And I mean, I know that we normally we try to sell the all-inclusive because it's just, you know, it's like Linda says, you get there and you can leave your wallet in your room.
Yes.
If you're on all-inclusive, and that's what you want to do. No surprises.
What I always say to clients is as well, you must remember, if you're on the beach, you're going to want to have a cocktail at 11 o'clock in the morning. Don't tell me you're not going to do it, because we all do. So then you're like, oh, now I want a cocktail. But if you have to pay for that cocktail, it's going to be more than 200 Rand. It's the same when you're in South Africa. If we go for a drink now at a hotel, it's going to be way more expensive. I mean, those small little Coke cans, I mean, what is that, 80 Rand or 90 Rand if you buy it from a resort? So, and I think it is 100% worth it. And it's nice for me to go on an all-inclusive holiday. And I know when I check out of my hotel, they don't go like this and like, okay, so here is your bill for your week. And then you're like, what? 15,000 Rand
Should have
lunch
taken that
and
all-inclusive option.
When you initially look at the price, it sometimes can be scary, especially the 5-star, because they've got premium all-inclusive options. But the thing is, you might still spend that money regardless, and you could have had way more.
Exactly.
I had to go, and a lot of people would sometimes 1 or 2 days, and I'd be like, okay, no, just put me on all-inclusive because my extras bill is on 10 grand.
Exactly.
So, it depends. If there's kids involved, of course, kiddies can drink 10 milkshakes a day.
Exactly.
Go for the all-inclusive. If you're traveling with friends, go for all-inclusive.
Okay.
I agree 100%.
Okay, so we're going to do something fun now. We're going to do quick fire. It's called Quick Fire Mauritius Challenge. So I'm going to ask, I know we've spoken about a lot of this stuff, but it doesn't matter. It's more fun in a quick fire.
Okay.
North or South Mauritius?
North. For me.
Northwest.
That was not the question.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
100%.
Pool or ocean?
Ocean.
Cocktail or fresh coconut?
Cocktail.
Sure. I do love a fresh coconut. Those king
my
coconuts.
Okay.
Yo, that is amazing. And it's got a lot of health benefits.
Are you
Love
really
it.
worried about health benefits
I'm
when you're going
really
on
not
holiday
worried
in
about that.
Mauritius?
I'll go for the pina colada. Thank you very much.
Catamaran cruise or dolphin trip?
Catamaran cruise.
Cat cruise.
Luxury day spa or adventure excursion?
No, I'll rather go for the spa. I don't do adventure.
Yo. I think I'll do the adventure and then a spa afterwards.
Best of
Can I
both.
choose both?
Best of both.
Beachcomber's best breakfast or best dinner?
Where we had it.
Yeah. Where have you had your best breakfast or your best dinner?
You know, when we were there last year, I think it was our last night. Which resort they've got that Indian restaurant? We had dinner at that restaurant.
Yes, that was Dina Robin.
Was it Dina Robin?
Yes, Rangoli is a brand new Indian
Yeah,
restaurant.
that was the one. And you know, I'm not into Indian food, but that was one of my freaking best meals I ever had. That was absolutely fantastic for me. I absolutely loved it. Yeah.
My best dinner was also on our trip, and that
Yeah.
was the Royal Grill at Royal Palm, which is a
Okay.
beach barbecue.
Oh, I remember that.
Listen, the
That
tomahawks
was
were
also-
like this big and
but I
prawns
remember
that
that.
big. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
a Michelin star chef that basically braai on the beach.
Oh, my
That do it
word.
Oh, I
once a
forgot
week.
about that one.
you
That
wanna
was
change
that
your
was
answer
also
now?
no, but that was also special.
That was very special.
And also it being Royal Palm, I mean, that was a very nice one.
My favorite breakfast would be Zest restaurant at Paradis. Because you're like right there on the water.
Okay.
They've got the buffet restaurant that also does a breakfast.
Yes.
Zest is a little bit smaller. They've got all the options. They've also got a little cool room, like a cool buffet. So that's for all the yogurts and cheeses and salads
Okay.
and fruit and that. But yeah, that is probably my favorite setting in the world.
My best breakfast was Royal Palm.
You're in suite. Yeah, no,
Yes,
that's just
Ettienne
next
told
level.
us when we stay at Royal Palm, obviously that's one of the best resorts on the island. He said, don't go to the restaurant for breakfast, order in.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So now we are sitting there on our little big balcony. We were sitting there, and then the night before you say obviously what you want, and all these guys just came up with all these trays, and it's champagne, and it's this and it's that,
Oh my
and they
word.
set this whole table on your balcony, and you've got obviously the most amazing view, and but that breakfast for me was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that is
that
next
was
level.
very special though. Because I would have never thought of actually
do that, yeah.
to do that. But that's actually like a whole experience. So yeah, no, I like that.
Okay, one item every traveller must pack for Mauritius, and not attitude. You can't
Oh, I
attitude.
just
you can't
wanted to
attitude
say
us
attitude.
again. No,
Your
last week was
okay,
attitude
okay,
and your passport. They've got
Okay,
passports
so-
and attitude.
Must pack for your swimming costume.
Well, I hope so.
Definitely sunblock.
Yeah.
If you love snorkeling, take your own stuff,
Okay.
your own mask and snorkel.
Yeah, that's clever one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the hotels offer the snorkeling trips, but it's other people's
Yeah.
stuff or rather.
Okay.
They
Got
do
it.
sanitize it and whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, and you can't go and use theirs and go off on your own.
Okay.
So you need
okay.
to take your own.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that sunblock.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe Mauritius in one word.
Magical.
Sure, there's so many. No, it is sublime. It is unique. It is beautiful.
Okay. That's more than one word, Ettienne. I'm just saying.
Okay, beautiful. Excuse me.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Ettienne, for your time today. Thank you for being here and for popping our champagne, for being our first guest.
Yay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Really,
Thank you guys.
yeah.
Thank you for
the
coming.
invite.
It was lovely. We definitely learned more stuff about the
Definitely
Beachcomber
we did.
resorts and what Beachcomber does, and all the behind the scenes stuff that you guys do. So yeah.
Yeah, and I really think that I hope that today's episode inspired you to actually also put Mauritius on your bucket list. Yeah.
Just be careful, you're going to become a repeat.
Yeah, but you're gonna get a 5% discount.
That's it.
And if you have any questions about Mauritius whatsoever, please do not hesitate to give us a call or drop us an email.
You can send us your questions through our social media pages, or you can just contact us directly.
And then obviously, if you've liked today's episode, what do they say? Click the button.
Yeah.
Subscribe, share with your friends. Yeah. Let us help you.
And the next episode, we will be talking about visas, cash cards, and travel insurance, and why altogether it is so important.
Remember, every journey begins with a conversation.
And we'd love to be part of yours. This is EVA Travel Talks. Insights, tips, stories. Until next time, safe travels.